Hello guys and welcome to episode 20 of From Then to Now, the series where we take WWF and WCW all the way to the modern day, from 1992. I said that backwards, I don't know why, I've never said it that way before. But of course this is being filmed live on Twitch if you want to come and watch along at twitch.tv/The Phantom TEW. Link will be in the description. Today we've got WCW. A big episode of Saturday Night, main evented by Lex Luger vs Dan Severn, or at least that's our biggest match we're announcing. No spoilers. The other matches on tonight's card. La Pareja del Tela of Eddie Guerrero and Art Barr will team with other light heavyweight Chris Benoit to take on the Armstrong brothers. All three of them, Brad, Scott and Steve. Steve Armstrong teaming with his brothers. How will Tracy Smothers react to that? Abdullah the Butcher and Cactus Jack are going to be in action tonight. And we have a rematch from Super Brawl as the Diamond Stud and Vinny Vegas go at it for the second time. Gets a 67 rating for Tonio hyping us up and for me hyping you guys up. Let's get into this show because we're kicking off with the light heavyweights. It gets a 48. Not too shabby. But Benoit and La Pareja del Tela pick up the victory when Art Barr pins Brad Armstrong with the Frog Splash. It was a steal the show match. They get a 48. Wrestling was higher than the crowd. All three of the La Pareja del Tela and Benoit got 50s. Brad gets a 53. He was the best in this match and we pinned him. God, that's insane. And at ringside was Smothers and the Miracle Violence Collection. I'm just going with that name. They're all at ringside. But to see this match, just because they're obviously the number one contenders to La Pareja del Tela's titles. So they just want to see what they're up against. And it's a good victory for the tag champions. We get an awful backstage angle with Ron Simmons. He's cutting a promo. Followed by an awful live angle where Mr. Hughes attacks Ron Simmons backstage, drags him out into the arena, and starts beating him up around on the ramp and such. It's a little small angle that continues the storyline of Simmons and York Enterprises after we basically just mocked them the other week. It's nothing major, but it's pretty simple. We cut backstage, and I may have messed up my crowd on WCW now. This is rare for me. And Pillman is shown watching a TV. And he's talking about, last week I pinned Marty Jannetty in the tag match. So why aren't I the champion? Isn't that how it works? If you're the champion and you lose, you should give the belt to the person you lost to, no matter what the match. But I stand here, well, sit here even, not as your WCW light heavyweight champion. It's a bit insane, isn't it, don't you think? It's like there's a conspiracy against me. But either way, I beat the champ. I will be the champion. I should already be the champion. I am your uncrowned WCW light heavyweight champion. And I'm going to make that crowned. At Clash of the Champions, Marty, the party's over. And he just starts laughing whilst watching the match as the camera fades out. It's offset. This is on a set, this one. Like, as if it's a living room. He's just watching TV. It's 34. Let's hope we can recover this show. Still unclear, but we're going to try and recover it. Steamboat is backstage, in the ring actually, talking to Tony Schiavone. And he says, last week in the tag team match, Steve Austin pinned me. Of course, but let's not be honest and admit, let's not be honest here. Well, let's be honest here. And admit that it was an unfair pinfall. I'll take the loss. I lost. But Austin cheated. Austin used the belt against me. So I'm not going to sit here and go, oh yeah, it's fine. No. I want revenge. I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, Steve, but when you push me, you push me. So, I went to go to speak to Lance Russell. And he's agreed with me. So, at Clash of the Champions, the TV title match is going to be Steve Austin versus Ricky Steamboat. We then go into a tag team match. Abdullah and Cactus pick up the victory over the future vision of David Isley and Simon Diamond. Isley and Diamond have excellent chemistry, as we already know. That's why they were even signed in the first place, because they were just two random jobbers I picked up on the indies. And they had excellent chemistry, so they're our jobber tag team for the heels now. Jack submits Isley, and they just beat them up a bit. It's 7 minutes. It's not a squash match, but it is. It's an elongated squash. They're sadistic. Abdullah and Cactus are sadistic, and they're playing with their food. And that's the story of this match, because it's the storytelling match. It's a 44. And then cut to the Dangerous Alliance locker room, as we all often do in these shows. They're all there. Even Medusa, who I keep forgetting about. And Austin's chatting to Dangerously, and he says, you know what? I've got to face Steamboat at Clash. Okay, I need to prep for that. That's a big match. Let me go out tonight. After the main event. Well, no, for the main event. I'm going to be the main event tonight. And I'm going to go and issue an open challenge for this WCW TV title. I'm going to show Steamboat that I'm not scared of him. I'll take on anyone. And I certainly didn't cheat to beat him last week. Dangerously isn't so sure about this. He's like, it's never wise to go out there without knowing who your opponent is. But Austin is set on it, and he goes to talk to Lance Russell. We get an in-ring segment with Sting and Vader, and I think I might have killed this crowd for WCW, which is a shame, actually, because we've been doing really well with WCW recently. But Sting and Teddy Long do a talk. Vader's there, but it's no contact. Loses heat on the Monster vs. Hunter, and Sting goes, Vader, you're a big guy. I'm not scared of you, though, because if I was scared of you, there'd be no point in being a champion. I am a champion for every single one of them out there who's had that bully in their life, who's had that guy that's bigger than them pick on them. Every single kid in school knows that feeling. I am their representative. And at Clash of the Champions, I'm going to show the bullies never win by standing up to you, Vader, and putting you down. Teddy Long responds, Sting, Vader's not a bully. Vader's never been a bully. Vader's just a businessman. He knows what he's doing, player. And taking you out is the best way to improve his business. And my business. So, of course, you can talk about your dreams for all of these kids out there. But at the end of the day, business is business. And there is nothing that's going to stop Vader from completing his business. Gets a 59 rating. We get the Luger vs. 7 match, and it's 7 who picks up the win in 10 minutes 56 with the Beast Choker tapping out Lex Luger. Gets a 51 segment rating, which is pretty darn good. Gets a 53 for Lex and a 59 overall, a 62 crowd and a 56 wrestling, so nothing too bad on the crowd. It's just unclear. It doesn't mean they're bad, they could be good, but it's unclear. They're not sure at the moment. Locker room morale is a bit low at the moment, as we know, but it's the 90s. Locker room morale isn't going to get good for a few decades. And then there's a bit of a meta match. Diamond Stud versus Vinny Vegas goes 6 minutes. They have a great back and forth. And then the crowd completely loses interest. And everyone starts looking up into the crowd. and someone's walking down. And they jump the barricade, and everyone's like, what's going on? And the match just sort of gets called off. It's a draw. No one gets it. No one gets a win here. Because it's Randy Savage who's been walking down these stairs. He hops the barricade, and he gets into the ring, and he grabs a mic, and he cuts. You know who I am. I don't need to tell you. Everyone in this building knows who I am. Everyone watching at home knows who I am. But you don't know why I'm here. And that's because you're not going to. This is the start of something. I'm here now. And boy are we going to have some fun here. And Savage just drops the mic and walks back out through the crowd. Never goes to the back. Makes him feel like an invader. What storyline might I be doing with people who've just walked out of WWF in jumping to WCW that feel like invaders? Don't know. It's a 71. And the main event, Austin's Open Challenge, and it's answered by another jumper. The crowd weren't in the... I thought the crowd would be better for this match. They weren't. This has been a disappointing show. I'll admit that. That's on me. But Austin faces Sid Vicious. So Sid isn't part of the Invader storyline. I did try and get Sid to come in. Sid was actually supposed to be the one cutting that promo that Savage just cut. But Sid got a much better offer from Japan, and I didn't want to match it, honestly. And then on the day of this show, Sid goes, hey, I'm in the area. Can I work for you tonight? I was like, I've offered you a contract, Sid, and you've basically told me you want to go to Japan. But I accepted him, and the Open Challenge idea was founded. So Steve Austin, Open Challenge is answered by Sid Vicious, and of course Austin wins in 10 minutes. It was a wild brawl, but the crowd weren't into it. They're warming up now. Bit little too late. We messed them up a little bit. We didn't kill them like we do in WWF, but we didn't get the crowd we wanted. 68 crowd, 61 wrestling, 54 overall. That crowd did kill it. But yeah, Sid just came in for one off. Overall, what do we get? I think it's going to be a poor show. Yeah, 53. Bad show. We're going to start ticking into the boredom. We're going to start ticking into the poorer things unless we fix it quickly. But unless these three jumpers are the curse, then I don't know. Because this is not as bad as some of our WWF ones, but it's pretty bad. And it's not been what WCW's been good at recently. And WCW, now the storylines are even going down. For fuck's sake. I mean, look, it's fun. I love these bad times because they make the good times feel so much better. But what's key here is Savage is the key takeaway from this show. It's Randy Savage is here in WCW and isn't very babyface, if we're being honest. What's going on? Ooh. You'll find out. Well, actually, let's be honest. Did you guys like the meta joke I did with the Vinny Vegas Diamond Stud match? I thought that was funny. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys on YouTube next time. If you're on Twitch, we're going to go and do Saturday night's main event right after this. If you're watching on YouTube, you should come and join us on Twitch. Be a part of that. So I'll see you later, and let's go.